May 22, 1960. It was a quiet Sunday afternoon in southern Chile. Families were gathering for lunch, children were playing in the streets, and the small coastal city of Valdivia seemed at peace. But beneath the ground, forces that had been building for centuries were about to be unleashed, with a violence the world had never seen before. At exactly 3:11 p.m., the earth convulsed. Not just a tremor, not just a quake, but a cataclysm. The ground beneath Chile tore open in a rupture stretching more than 600 miles along the Nazca and South American plates. The shaking was so immense that people hundreds of kilometers away felt it. In Valdivia, the ground rolled like waves on the ocean. Buildings crumbled instantly, entire neighborhoods sank, and terrified crowds poured into the streets, only to find the very streets splitting apart beneath them. This was not an ordinary earthquake. At magnitude 9.5, it remains the most powerful ever recorded in human history. Survivors describe the sound as a deafening roar, like 1,000 trains rushing past at once. Stone churches cracked open like eggshells, wooden houses splintered into dust, bridges twisted and collapsed. In just minutes, Valdivia was transformed from a bustling town into a field of rubble and chaos. But the earthquake itself was only the beginning. The quake displaced unimaginable amounts of water, spawning tsunamis that raced across the Pacific. Along Chile's own coast, waves as high as 80 feet slammed into villages, wiping them off the map. Fishing boats were hurled inland like toys. 15 hours later, the tsunami struck Hawaii, devastating Hilo Bay. Hours after that, it reached Japan and the Philippines, killing hundreds more. The earthquake that began in Chile had sent shockwaves across half the planet. And still, the nightmare continued. Landslides buried valleys. Rivers changed course. The sheer force of the quake caused entire lakes to burst their banks. In Valdivia, the nearby Renihu Lake was blocked by massive landslides, threatening to flood the city. Locals and soldiers worked frantically for weeks, carving channels by hand to prevent an even greater catastrophe. In the end, the numbers are staggering. An estimated 1,600 people lost their lives, though some believe the true toll was far higher. More than 2 million were left homeless. The economic damage was catastrophic, wiping out years of progress in a single day. Entire landscapes were reshaped. The coastline sunk in some places, rose in others. Chile was forever changed. For scientists, the 1960 Valdivia earthquake was both terrifying and illuminating. It demonstrated the raw power of subduction zones, where tectonic plates collide and one is forced beneath the other. The quake released energy equivalent to 20,000 Hiroshima atomic bombs. It literally changed the rotation of the Earth, shortening the length of a day by microseconds. This disaster also reshaped how the world thought about earthquakes and tsunamis. Global monitoring networks expanded, early warning systems improved, and the people of the Pacific Basin learned just how connected their fates really are. Today, Valdivia has been rebuilt. Life goes on. But deep in the ground, the forces that caused the 1960 earthquake still stir. Chile remains one of the most seismically active regions in the world. And every tremor is a reminder of that Sunday afternoon, the day the Earth shook harder than ever before, and humanity learned just how small we truly are against the power of nature.